Hello and welcome back to Kim's Cozy Corner. I'm Kim and we are going to continue planting the indoor garden. As we continue to plant the indoor garden, I'm thinking about things I can add to the indoor growing space. And you can see my transplants are looking amazing. I transplanted all of these different types of lettuce a little over a week and a half ago. Here's the exact amount of time ago, and they are flourishing. So we're going to add a couple of these transplants to my GreenStalk tower, which I have set up in my grow tent. I'm also going to plant some of the cucumbers into a pot in the grow space as well. And I have a GreenStalk in there where I'm trying to overwinter some of my pepper plants. And there are a few places where the pepper plant didn't survive. Now, my pepper plants, I didn't bring them in out of the cold before we had a couple of very severe freezes in the area where it stayed cold for many days. And at that time, I wasn't thinking about overwintering, so I didn't think about it. I cut them back and then later decided, let's try to overwinter. So I've lost a couple of those plants and I'm going to go ahead and start some pepper plants now, which it takes 8 to 12 weeks before you would be ready to really transplant them. But I'm going to start some now and get them into that GreenStalk when it's ready. I don't know if it's going to make a difference or not, but I have 3 different peppers that I'm going to start. And I guess we will start with the seeds. So let me move this tray out of the way and move in the seeds. I am only going to start 3 types of sweet peppers because I have a ton of peppers already in those green stalks and I'm really just playing around. It is too early to be starting seeds for anything to go into my spring garden. Now, I live in Southwest Ohio. I'm in zone 6A, and with the new zoning maps, I think I'm just in 6 with the change. But Southwest Ohio, zone 6A, and I shouldn't be starting seeds for the spring until like February. But I'm going to put these into my grow tent in the GreenStalk that's already in there. That's a full GreenStalk with nothing but sweet peppers. So we will just add those to it. And adding this to the, hey, if it doesn't work, no big deal, because I'm going to have GreenStalks. I'm going to have 2 GreenStalks outdoors in the spring with plenty of peppers. So no loss. I'm just like to play around with my plants in my indoor grow space. If these plants survive, they'll be nice and strong and ready to go outside in the spring. But let's just do it. Let's see what happens. And this is not typical. I am not trying to grow peppers in my indoor grow space, but if they grow, I'll take it. This is really just to get a jump start on some nice, strong, healthy plants when I take them back outside. So I am going to grow, and I will put pictures up in the corner here. I am going to grow a yellow monster pepper. It's a behemoth, it says. It's a yellow bell pepper, and it can grow 8 inches long by 4 inches wide. And it's yellow. So I'm going to do the yellow monster pepper. I'm going to do the banana pepper, and I didn't grow any banana peppers last year, so this will be an addition to the garden for the 2024 season. A banana pepper is a sweet wax type pepper, and it's a tapered fruit. It's about 6 to 7 inches long. I think everybody knows what a banana pepper is. And then the last one that I'm going to go ahead and start now is a Zulu pepper. So a Zulu, it's a Polish variety, and it's got an eggplant color to it, so it's really dark. It's got a thin wall, though, so when you think about bell-shaped peppers, you're usually thinking of a thicker wall pepper, but it says it's crisp with thin flesh, and it's sweet. So we will try that. So we're just going to start those 3. And in addition to those three, I also need to transplant my bok choy. My bok choy is getting a little leggy, so I need to give them a little more room to grow. So here's my bok choy, and you can see they're looking a little leggy here. So we're going to up pot them into a larger container and let them get a little stronger before I transplant them into my green stalks. So let's do the seeds first. I'm going to do 4 seeds of each. I'm going to put 2 in each pocket. So I am using some very old seed starting mix here. So it might work, it might not. We will see. Because we're just playing around in the garden, y'all. That's what we're doing. We are playing around. Now, I also want to mention, I had a viewer send me some seeds in the mail, and I just want to say thank you to the viewer for the seeds. I believe it was a gourd and another plant. I don't have it in front of me at the moment, but I just want to say thank you. And we will add those to our garden for next year. So I've put them to the side. I love seed shares. I love it. I like to try different things. And I've never grown gourds before. Now, I like gourds. I've just never grown them before. And I could grow them and hollow them out and do all kinds of fun things with it. And so we will do that and have a little fun with those. And I don't remember what the other seed was, but I just want to say thank you. Gives me some more seeds to try out new things. I also had another viewer ask me, you know, what zone I live in and what area. And so again, Southwest Ohio, zone 6 or 6A, depending on if you're looking at the new measures or the old measures. I am in an area where we can have some pretty cold weather here. But if you don't like the weather in Ohio, just give it 5 minutes. It'll change. And so we're finding that spring is coming faster. Spring is wetter. Summer is a little wetter as well. And summer gets very hot. So winter, we usually have a couple pretty bad weeks in winter, at most 4. So by the time we get to end of January, we're looking at some pretty cold weather. A lot of people think we get a ton of snow here, but we really don't. Well, at least we haven't since I've lived here, and I've lived in Ohio now for, 17 years? And it's not a ton of snow. You would think there's more, but it's not. We don't get that much snow. And when we get it, it comes, it goes, life goes on. It never stays around for very long. But I've put these seeds in, and I think a 1/4 inch is what you do with, 1/4 inch for pepper seeds. I'm going to add just a little more soil on top here because this soil is dry. It's dry. So I'm not going down a 1/4. I'm only going to go down maybe an 1/8 until I can put some more soil on top of these. Now, if you've watched any of my videos, you know I always talk about watering from the bottom. When you are starting seeds, you want to water from the bottom. So make sure you're doing that if this is something you're doing as well. All right, so the peppers are in. Let's work on transplanting this bok choy. And I have a larger container right here, if you can see in comparison. That'll give it a little more room to grow. And I easily have 6 bok choy in here. So we are going to pull them out and transplant them over. Look at that. You see those roots? Nice, healthy, long roots. And we will transplant them. I got to get some gloves on, y'all. So I just watered these plants this morning, so they're very, very wet. But that's okay. We are going to get these transplanted over. How many more I got? Let's see here. Easily 6. And I mean, you have to be careful with your plants, but they look beautiful. Look at the root system on that. I mean, it's healthy. And we're going to just gently separate these 4 plants to give each of them their own pocket. And I have more than 6, so we are going to keep the strongest 6. And usually I'm in my seed starting tray, but my seed starting tray is full of other stuff right now. Go figure. And if this plant hadn't fallen all the pieces, I would be telling you, make sure you plant it to the same depth it was already in its tray. But these have fallen completely apart, so you can't even tell what the depth was. But I'm going to try to put it back to the proper depth. And I have this little tool here. I can take this tool, press right down in the middle, and I can use that to help press that plant in. And sometimes I forget I have that tool. There we go. That one's in. I got the wrong gloves on today. Y'all, this pak choy smells good. Bok choy, pak choy. I don't remember which one I planted. I call them all bok choy at the end of the day. But it smells so good. Now, that one doesn't look so happy. Let's put that one back over there. We may trade it out. Let's see which one looks the strongest here. But it smells so good. It smells good enough to eat right now. All right, I just need to get the 6th one in here. And the question is, which one's the strongest? Only the strong survive. We'll use this one. Got my little pak choy tag. And this soil is not going to waste. We are going to take this soil and we are going to put it into this tray here. And I need to top these off, so I'm going to bring in just a teeny little bit more soil and top these off. And we will move on to the next step. Okay, I topped off all of my peppers over here. And I've transplanted 6 bok choy. And so these, all they need to do now, all we need to do is water them from the bottom and they are good to go. And we will add them, after I get them watered in, I'll move them over to the other container so that I don't have to overwater the other container since I did that this morning. But I will get these watered in and we will also move on to transplanting next. Okay, we are back over here and we are ready to transplant the cucumbers. Now, these cucumbers are not the kind that are self-pollinating. So these cucumbers, I am going to have to hand pollinate, but that's okay. I have a container right here and we are going to put in, I have 5 plants and I probably only have room in this container for maybe 3. So I have to decide, what do I want? What do I want? I think I'm going to put in this pickle bush for sure. Look at that root structure. Gorgeous. All right, so we're going to put pickle bush. I'm going to put 3 in here, y'all. I'm going to put pickle bush. I'm going to put all the pickle bush. And I'm surprised it even came up. I couldn't get it to even germinate last year. And I'm going to do 1 Space Master. Oh, yeah. It smells like summer. Oh, they smell like cucumbers. Well, they should. They are cucumbers. But they smell so good. Okay. All right. I am going to plant these. I'm transplanting, but I'm transplanting them to the level they were already in the soil, which is what we should be doing with all of our plants. Trying to give you a better angle here. And there are my 3 cucumbers. Now, the lights in my grow tents are starting to go off because they're on a timer. So let me get some more light and then we will finish up. The next thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to add 2 of my lettuce plants into these 2 pockets. And I am going to put in Atlantis Winter. And I got to move quickly because the lights are going out on me. Beautiful plant. And I'm going to put in a red plant here. One of my red lettuce. And this is Lala Rosa. Beautiful root structure on that one as well. So there they are. Look at that. And look at the other lettuce plants. Look how they are flourishing. Now, all of these were started at the same time, and these have the nice big pocket. They're flourishing. All of these lettuces are doing well. I need to get the radishes out. My tomato plants aren't doing so great, but other than that, everything else, look at that. Beautiful plants. Beautiful, beautiful plants. Let me show you as much as I can before my lights go out. Look at all this lettuce we're going to be eating. We're watering in these plants over here. These are the plants that I'm watering in. It'll absorb all of that water from the bottom. We also need to take a few moments and water in those cucumber plants. Now that soil is extremely dry, but we will get that watered in as well. We're going to keep that harvest going, y'all. We're going to get it. We are going to eat well all winter. All right, y'all. I'm going to have to go because these lights going out on me. But I've transplanted 2 lettuce plants. I have my cucumbers started. I transplanted my bok choy. And I started some pepper seeds. Thank you for coming along with me. I will keep these things going all winter long. We're going to play in the garden, y'all. We're not going to let the summer get away from us. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give me a thumbs up, share, like, and subscribe to the channel for sure. And until next time, and I hope there will be a next time, we will keep them coming, y'all. Bye.